Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. Breaking news update. As we had a unbelievable week one that we will get into later on after the Seahawks and Broncos game on Monday night. But after Sunday night, that was honestly a day filled with injuries, as week one usually is, especially a lot of soft tissue stuff or stuff that guys can work through and get back and become healthy earlier in the season, because it's the first time they might really be going hard and everything, but this not being one of those scenarios. And this has serious ramifications, and I mean detrimental ramifications when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, as Adam Schefter is reporting that Jerry Jones told reporters that Dak Prescott needs hand surgery. Whew. You see that gif of Jimmy G? We'll get to that in a second. But this coming off an absolutely abysmal start against the Buccaneers at Jerry World on Sunday Night Football. Final score 19-3, with Dak Prescott going 14 for 20, 934 yards, one interception, etc., etc. Broke his hand on a follow-through. He got the ball out, released it nicely, hit it on top of a helmet, went in for another play, took a snap, didn't seem right, and that's when he went on to the sideline to get everything checked out. He was then shown running back to the locker room, in order to get an x-ray, and that x-ray obviously showing that he is going to need some hand surgery, and it's going to take a minute. Typically with hand surgery, you're looking, at least when I had hand surgery personally, I couldn't write or anything for about 3 to 4 months. Obviously a lot different than throwing a football in the NFL, so I am not going to speculate on timeline or anything, as I am not a doctor, obviously. But shit, this means a lot. This is bad for the Cowboys. The Cowboys already not looking the best offensively or defensively tonight. Like I said, Dak Prescott not putting up the best stat line, and then when Cooper Rush came in at the end in garbage time, 7 for 13, 64 yards. That's what you're going to get. And that's what you're going to get next week when the Bengals come to Jerry World. And it's just been a rough start for the Cowboys, and this adds to their injury woes already. Laundry list of injuries. Honest to God, they're looking more like the Ravens looked last year. The Ravens just had so many injuries right out of the gate, they couldn't come back. J-Ron Curse, he was an absolute stud on the defense. He's a safety. But he left due to knee injury. He's going to be questionable. Connor McGovern, their guard, is going to be questionable. But then Jalen Tolbert out. Nanshan Wright out. John Ridgeway out. Israel McComb out. Michael Gallup out. The list goes on and on and on. And if you're a Cowboys fan right now, I will give you guys props. I will give Cowboys fans props. Probably the one time I'll ever give them props. Y'all have been very quiet this offseason. Y'all have been beyond quiet this offseason, and I think kind of understood what you were walking into, especially with the lack of movement in the postseason and what kind of went on with the draft. You guys didn't have a terrible draft, Cowboys fans. It wasn't a bad draft. It was one of Jerry Jones's better, I would say. But yeah, not looking good for the Cowboys, especially with the Bucs not looking the most in sync on offense, but still being able to put up 19 points. Granted, that's only one touchdown, but still letting them drive down the field and get those stops. That's Dak Prescott being out for a couple weeks at least is what reports are saying. Whatever those couple weeks are, Cooper Rush will be getting in there. But hey, what about Jimmy G? He's sitting there. Huh? Well, I don't think Jimmy G's going anywhere after Trey Lance's performance today. And so unless Jerry Jones comes out and is like, listen, I'm going to give you all the money in the world in the back if you just give me Jimmy G so we can go. This team's ready to go, blah, blah, blah. Whatever he's trying to convince himself to think is going on there. I don't think that's happening. That's not happening, especially within the week. It's no point in trying to get him caught up to learn that offense when Cooper Rush can step in there and he'll be serviceable. He won't be Jacoby Brissett serviceable, but he'll be serviceable enough to, maybe get a win. You guys, the Cowboys really don't have a rough schedule going into this season. I wouldn't really, you got the Bengals next week, which is going to be rough, but then the Giants, Commanders, a Ram team that's looking a little off edge, Eagles, Lions, Bears. Not the worst first half of the schedule. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, a huge loss to the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott breaking his hand, requiring hand surgery. That's rough. That's rough. Well, thoughts and prayers, Dak. Hope you have a speedy recovery. You've had a rough pass with injuries, so hope it's an easy recovery on this one. And we see it back because the Cowboys are obviously a lot better when Dak is there. And with how many primetime games the Cowboys are in, football is in that case better when the Cowboys are better. And I hate saying that, but as someone who covers it, I like to be entertained during the games, unlike tonight. With that being said, thank you so much for listening and watching however you do it. Please go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Help us continue to grow. And follow us on all of our socials. Hit that link tree in the description. And also check out our merch stores. Get dope polos like this and a plenty of other stuff on the shop. With that being said, again, thank you for listening. I've been the Brofict 1 AJ, and we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.